Number 1, 1995 GMC 1500 regular cab short bed, priced at $4,200 and located in Bethel, Ohio, is an honest, used but well-running truck that shows 238,000 miles and still carries itself with the dependable nature these mid-90s GM pickups are known for. This particular Sierra C1500 is a 2WD short bed stepside powered by a 5.0L fuel-injected V8 paired to an automatic transmission, and it comes equipped with power windows, power locks, and cruise control, all of which are said to still be functional. The truck starts, runs, and drives well with good tires, making it a solid candidate for someone who wants a classic OBS GM that can still be used as a daily runaround. The exterior is finished in black, though the paint shows its age with checking visible on the hood and some clear coat peeling on the roof, along with a handful of small dents expected from a nearly 30-year-old work truck. The gray interior is in decent usable shape, though the headliner has been removed and the dash has a small crack, which is extremely common for trucks of this era. The seller has recently replaced several important components including the fuel pump, sending unit, fuel tank, and tank straps, and also installed new lowering spring shackles in the rear. While mechanically cared for, the frame does show rust, and the cross brace above the fuel tank is described as being in poor condition, something the seller encourages potential buyers to examine in the photos. The truck is tagged for those searching OBS Chevy or C10 content, and the seller clearly states they will not reply to, "Is this still available?" messages and will remove the listing once the truck is sold. Number 2, a 1993 Chevrolet 1500 located in Fairfield, Ohio and listed at $3,000 OBO, is a blue exterior, tan interior Silverado K1500 extended cab 3-door that shows around 150,000 miles and stands out immediately thanks to its built 350 V8 engine estimated to produce between 300 and 350 horsepower, giving it significantly more strength and responsiveness than a stock 93 Chevy half-ton. This truck features a working 4WD system, both a body lift and suspension lift for increased height and presence, and the more desirable NV 3500 5-speed manual transmission, making it an appealing choice for someone who enjoys both power and engagement behind the wheel. The seller recently installed new front tires, as well as new front brake pads and calipers, ensuring that the front end is road-ready. Although the truck is described as a bit rough around the edges cosmetically, nothing surprising for a 90s lifted Chevy, it remains a strong running and driving vehicle, and the engine was replaced roughly 25,000 miles ago. At the same time, the truck was converted from an automatic to the current 5-speed setup. The seller mentions they genuinely hate to part with the truck and are only selling because they need something lower to the ground, making this more a matter of practicality than dissatisfaction. They encourage interested buyers to come take a look and simply send a message if they want more details or to see it in person. Number 3, the 1962 Ford F-150 located in Independence, Kentucky and priced at $4,750, is an old-school, mostly original vintage pickup showing around 30,000 miles and equipped with a running and driving 292 V8 engine mated to a classic 3-on-the-tree manual transmission, giving it the authentic feel of early 60s American trucks that enthusiasts love. The seller notes up front that while the truck does run and drive, the carburetor needs to be tuned, and therefore it should not be driven far and would be best taken home on a trailer until properly adjusted. For its age, the truck is described as being in surprisingly good shape, with the kind of honest where you'd expect on a 60-plus-year-old survivor rather than heavy damage or poor modifications. The truck hasn't been driven much recently simply because the owner has other priorities and wants to focus on building a different project. They add that they are open to trading for newer dirt bikes, specifically mentioning KTM or Yamaha, suggesting they're open-minded as long as the trade is fair. Overall, it's a straightforward, classic American pickup that still runs, still moves under its own power, and still carries much of its original charm. Number 4, a 1992 Chevrolet S10 pickup located in Aliquippa, Pennsylvania and listed for $6,800, is an exceptionally well-kept example of an early 90s compact truck with only 79,300 original miles, a rust-free body, and a history of being garage-stored. An important detail for buyers familiar with the rust issues often found on trucks in the region. This S10 features matching blue exterior and interior colors, an automatic transmission, and a gasoline engine, and comes with several new and included extras such as a brand new Lund sun visor, a tonneau cover, and a hitch. The tires are in good shape, and the seller is also including a pair of color-matched bucket seats in case the buyer prefers them over the existing bench seat. The truck runs great, shows 79,300 miles on the dash, and has a brand new battery installed. The seller mentions that if the truck is not sold by December, it will be due for inspection, which is standard in Pennsylvania. They are open to trades for a newer truck in good shape, but are very clear that they are not interested in junk or low-quality trade offers. Overall, it's a clean, preserved, ready-to-drive small pickup with low miles and no rust, qualities that make it a rare find today. Number 5, the 1996 Ford F-150 XL cab and chassis 4-door located in Cincinnati, Ohio and priced at $7,000, is a heavy-duty diesel truck showing 235,280 miles and finished in white with an automatic transmission, powered by what is almost certainly the revered 7.3L power-stroke engine that Ford offered during those years. Known for its legendary longevity, torque, and ability to handle serious workloads. The seller describes it simply but confidently. The truck runs great and drives great, indicating that despite its mileage, it remains dependable and road-ready, as is common for well-maintained 7.3 power strokes. They encourage potential buyers to feel free to message them with any questions, suggesting they're open to conversation and willing to provide more details to serious shoppers. For someone needing a reliable workhorse or a strong platform for hauling, towing, or building into a flatbed or utility truck, this F-350 represents a solid offering at a reasonable price point. Number 6, the 1989 Chevrolet 2500 regular cab long bed listed for $2,500 in Camden, Ohio, is an old-school, heavy-duty pickup that still carries a lot of life in it despite its age and its roughly 220,000 kilometers of use. It's equipped with an automatic transmission and finished in a matte black exterior that was rattle-canned, giving it a very raw, backyard project kind of look rather than a glossy factory appearance, but the seller points out that the body itself is actually in good shape overall, meaning the cosmetics are mostly surface level and not hiding deeper issues. The interior is red, which is classic for trucks of this era, and while it isn't described in detail, it's expected to be functional enough for someone wanting an inexpensive, running truck. Mechanically, the truck runs great and drives good according to the seller, and one of its key updates is the junkyard engine swapped in, an engine with 134,000 miles on it, which was installed along with a brand new oil pump while the motor was out, a piece of maintenance that helps give future buyers peace of mind regarding engine lubrication and longevity. The truck is priced at $2,500 OBO, and the seller emphasizes that they are open to trades, specifically for crew cab or extended cab pickups, and they're even willing to add cash on top for the right deal, which shows they're fairly motivated to move into a bigger truck and aren't just unloading something unreliable. Overall, this '89 Chevy 2500 is being sold as a strong runner with a simple paint job, a swapped-in motor, and enough honesty in the description to appeal to someone wanting a budget workhorse or project they can tinker with. Number 7, the 1987 Ford F-150 FX2 pickup with a 6.5-foot bed, priced at $1,500 in Cincinnati, Ohio, is being offered as a straightforward, reliable work truck that shows around 185,000 kilometers, features an automatic transmission, and is finished in a black exterior with a gray interior. While not described in elaborate detail by the seller, the core message is clear. It runs well, drives well, and is in good enough condition to continue serving as a functioning pickup for everyday needs, yard work, hauling, or general utility use. This truck represents the typical late 80s Ford F-Series. Simple, durable, easy to maintain, and widely appreciated by those who prefer uncomplicated, mechanical trucks over newer computerized models. The seller calls it a work truck, which suggests it isn't a showpiece or collector item, but rather something that starts, runs, moves, and gets the job done without fuss. They note that the asking price is $1,500 and that it's negotiable, meaning they're open to reasonable offers and likely willing to make a deal with someone who shows genuine interest. For anyone needing affordable transportation, a spare truck for towing small loads, or just a dependable older pickup to beat around, this 1987 F-150 seems to fit exactly that purpose. Number 8. The 2005 GMC Sierra 1500 SLE Crew Cab with a 5 3/4 foot bed, finished in a deep burgundy and priced at $4,950 in Akron, Ohio, is a well-maintained, mechanically sound full-size pickup showing 122,037 miles and equipped with a highly respected 5.3L V8 engine paired to an automatic transmission and a 4x4 drivetrain. The seller emphasizes repeatedly that the truck runs and drives absolutely perfectly, with no mechanical issues and no warning lights on the dashboard, which is something most buyers look for immediately when considering a used truck. This Sierra has a clean title and comes with all the common conveniences of the SLE trim such as power windows and power locks, and it's also noted to have good brakes and good tires, meaning the essentials have already been taken care of. Trucks of this era with the 5.3L engine are known to be durable, comfortable daily drivers as well as capable work vehicles, and with a mileage just over 122K, this one still has plenty of potential life left in it. The seller provides a phone number for text or calls for serious inquiries and makes it very clear up front that they are not interested in trades, so the $4,950 price is strictly for sale rather than barter. Overall, it's presented as a clean, strong-running, no-issue GMC Sierra that is ready to drive home today. Number 9. The 2001 Chevrolet 2500 HD Extended Cab Long Bed priced at $3,100 in Independence, Kentucky, is a tan exterior, black interior heavy-duty truck showing around 241,000 miles and running on gasoline with an automatic transmission and rear-wheel drive. Despite its age and mileage, the seller describes it as a very good running truck with no warning lights on the dash, which is always reassuring when looking at a used heavy-duty vehicle. They mention that the truck simply needs an oil change, meaning it's still operational and not suffering from deeper mechanical problems. Both the heat and air conditioning are said to be working, an important selling point for anyone planning to use the truck year-round, and the interior is described as being in okay condition, which typically means it's not perfect but is completely functional and presentable enough for daily use. The seller acknowledges that there are a few rust spots visible in the photos, which is extremely common for early 2000s GM trucks, especially those used as work vehicles, but they emphasize that the frame itself is solid and in good condition, which is the most important structural factor for a truck of this size and age. Overall, the truck is presented as a strong-running, budget-friendly heavy-duty pickup with plenty of usefulness left in it for work, hauling, or farm use. Number 10. The 1993 Ford F-150 XLT pickup two-door with an 8-foot bed, priced at $2,000 in Cincinnati, Ohio, is a green, gasoline-powered truck showing 186,000 miles and equipped with an automatic transmission and a 5.8L motor. The seller explains that the truck has been sitting and used for the entire year, and because of that, the overdrive stopped working after it sat for a couple of months, something that happens fairly often with older automatic transmissions that don't get driven regularly. Despite the overdrive issue, the seller states that the truck runs good otherwise, suggesting the engine itself is still strong and capable, especially considering the 5.8L V8 is known for being one of Ford's more robust engines from that era. The truck is likely to need basic recommissioning from sitting, fluids, possible transmission service, maybe brakes or tires depending on age, but at its core, it remains a running, functional old-school Ford pickup that can be revived with some attention. For $2,000, it's positioned as an inexpensive project or work truck for someone who doesn't mind dealing with an overdrive issue or who may want to use it locally without relying heavily on highway driving. Number 11. This 2000 Chevrolet 2500 HD regular cab, priced at $1,500 and located in Laurel, Indiana, is one of those early heavy-duty work trucks that people still look for because of how dependable and straightforward they are, especially when equipped like this one with a big block engine and the famously tough 4L80 transmission. With only 92,000 original miles on it, which is incredibly low for a truck built for hard use, it still sits on a solid frame and comes finished in black with an automatic transmission that the seller says had been shifting smoothly without slipping or jerking before the engine issue appeared. The truck's four-wheel drive system was also reported to engage properly and work exactly as it should, whether for winter driving, muddy back roads, or just basic utility needs. It even has a set of new tires that give it a confident stance and save the next owner from having to put money into rubber right away. The only real problem, and the reason the price is so low, is that the engine suddenly developed a knocking sound just yesterday. As soon as the seller heard it, they immediately shut the engine off to avoid making anything worse, so the truck is being sold exactly the way it sits, as is. While the knock means it will definitely require repair or replacement of the motor, everything else described about the truck suggests it still has a lot of potential, whether someone wants to drop a new big block in it, rebuild the current one, or even use it as a donor for the drivetrain, suspension, and body components. It's the kind of truck that would suit a mechanic, a builder, a farm owner, or anyone who sees value in a heavy-duty platform with a strong transmission and low miles, especially at a price point that makes it a very appealing project. Number 12. This 1997 Chevrolet 2500 HD extended cab long bed, offered for $900 in Hamilton, Ohio, is being sold as a project or parts truck, but it still carries several good qualities that make it worth considering for someone who enjoys bringing older trucks back to life. With 213,459 miles, a gray exterior paired with a blue interior, and an automatic transmission, the seller emphasizes that both the frame and the drivetrain remain in good shape, which is important because those are the main structural components that tend to make or break a restoration. However, it does need noticeable mechanical work before anyone can get it running properly again. The engine requires a new spider injector, a very common failure point on these late 90s Vortec engines, which means it currently won't run right. The brake lines also need to be replaced, so the braking system will require attention before it can be driven at all. On top of that, the ignition switch has gone out and the key will not turn, so it won't start in its current condition until that issue is addressed. Inside, the interior has been disassembled for reasons the seller doesn't specify, but every interior piece is still sitting inside the truck, ready for someone to reinstall or refurbish as part of a fresh build. Given its age and the work required, the seller openly describes it as a good truck for someone looking to build something from the ground up, or for someone who already owns a similar GMT 400 and wants to use this truck as a parts donor since many components, body panels, frame, driveline parts, still hold value. The $900 price reflects the mechanical repairs needed, but for someone familiar with these trucks, it's an inexpensive starting point with solid bones. Number 13. This 2000 Chevrolet 2500 extended cab long bed, listed at $1,800 in Cynthiana, Kentucky, has accumulated a very high 313,000 miles, yet the seller confidently states that it still runs and drives great, which speaks to how durable these early 2000s 2500 models can be when maintained. The truck has a white exterior and a black interior, is powered by gasoline, and uses an automatic transmission, making it a simple and functional work truck. The only immediate issue is that it needs some exhaust work because the original muffler had rusted out, and the seller cut it off entirely, so the truck is currently noticeably loud. Even so, the engine itself continues to run strong. In addition to regular maintenance, the seller has installed several aftermarket upgrades, including new door speakers for better sound, updated lighting for clearer visibility, and aftermarket coil packs to keep the ignition system strong. It also received a fresh tune-up recently with brand new spark plugs and plug wires, which is especially important on a high-mileage engine to keep it firing evenly and running smoothly. The only reason it's being sold is because the owner wants to buy another truck to fix up next, not because this one has turned into a problem. They're asking $1,800 or are open to trades, and for anyone looking for a reliable beater truck, a long bed hauler, or just a cheap working rig they can hop into and use immediately, this one offers a lot of practical value despite the mileage showing how much life it has already lived. Number 14. This 1988 Chevy short bed Stepside, priced at $7,900 and located in Jamestown, Ohio, is the kind of classic pickup that stands out purely because of its body style, since stepside beds have become increasingly rare to find in good condition. Finished with a 2-inch lift kit that gives it a slightly raised stance and paired with an automatic transmission and 4-wheel drive, it has the kind of look and capability that appeals to classic Chevy enthusiasts. The seller reports that it runs well, although the actual mileage is unknown due to the odometer not working, an issue that isn't unusual on older trucks where the gauge clusters sometimes fail or simply wear out over time. Even so, the truck appears to have been kept in reasonably good running condition, and the only reason the seller is parting with it is because they need the garage space for new toys, not because there is something wrong with the truck itself. For someone who loves the late 80s square body era or wants a nostalgic pickup that can serve as a fun weekend cruiser, a show and shine project, or even a light trail toy thanks to the 4x4 system, this Stepside offers a combination of vintage style and functional simplicity that is becoming harder to find each year. Number 15. This 1994 Chevrolet 1500 extended cab short bed, listed at $3,000 or best offer and located in West Harrison, Indiana, shows 168,098 miles and features a blue exterior with matching blue interior, along with an automatic transmission and gasoline power. The seller says the truck runs and drives, and what really makes it appealing at this price is the amount of recent maintenance already completed. It has brand new brake lines, which is a big job many buyers prefer not to deal with, as well as brand new fuel lines and a new sending unit, meaning the entire fuel delivery system has essentially been refreshed. The truck also has new brakes all the way around, so the next owner won't have to put money into stopping power anytime soon. These repairs, while not cosmetic, are exactly the kinds of things that determine long-term reliability on an older truck. So much of the practical work has been taken care of up front. The truck is being sold as is, but given the mechanical work already done and the fact that it still drives, it would make a solid choice for someone looking for an affordable, functional pickup, whether for daily use, light work, or even a restoration project for someone who appreciates these older Chevy models. At $3,000 or best offer, it's priced within reach for anyone wanting a ready-to-use truck without paying modern truck prices.